my colleague, the Honorable MLA Zadibal, Janab Tanveer Sadiq Sahab, the National President of SKAL, Janab Sanjeev Mehra Sahab, Mr. NSN Mohan Sahab, Dr. Valmiki Hari Krishnan Sahab, Janab Ved Khanna Sahab, all our friends from SKAL and our friends from the Kashmir tourism industry, ladies and gentlemen. I have to start first with an apology and a word of thanks. Apologies for having to change the timings around. Unfortunately, various pulls and pressures of scheduling was making it difficult for me to be here this evening, which leads me to the word of thanks, which is to thank particularly Mr. Mehra and his team for accommodating the change of schedule and making it possible for me to be here with all of you this afternoon. I think if you look at SKAL and you look at tourism in Kashmir, you realize that there are synergies that automatically become apparent. The word SKAL is Nordic toast. Now I won't risk pronouncing the original words, but the translation of those 4 words of the toast are good health, friendship, long life, and happiness. Now an organization whose name comes to symbolize these 4 important things. They're not talking about monetary success, they're not talking about profit, they're not talking about any of the other things that govern our day-to-day lives. The name stems from some of the most basic things that as human beings we would want. We would want for each other that we would have good health. We would want for each other that relationships of friendship would be established. We would wish for each other that we all enjoy a long life, and we would wish that that long life includes happiness. So when that is the foundation of the organization that is establishing its club here today, then you go further. The ethos of SKAL, business with friends, that we will do business, but it will be business among friends. I think this is an important foundation, and it again goes to the root of our ethos in Jammu and Kashmir, our ethos of being business, but also being friends. I mean, here there are so many of my friends from the tourism industry. If you look at it, they're actually in rivalry with each other. Each one's success means another one's difficulty. But they're friends. They will sit with each other, they will dine with each other, they will respect each other. And that is again something that SKAL talks about. And then the most important, which is something we have been talking about in Jammu and Kashmir now for the last few years, which is tourism that is both responsible and sustainable. Because if tourism is not responsible and sustainable, it is tourism that will not last. For us, a cornerstone of our recent activities in tourism has been about how can we make this aspect of our lives more responsible and more sustainable. In fact, it is no secret, I've talked about it, though we are still we are a few days away from actually formalizing it. But we are very hopeful that Jammu and Kashmir now will be in a position to develop 9 new tourism destinations with foreign multilateral funding that will be made available to us. And this is a project that will run into thousands of crores. And the foundation of this project is this sustainability. not just it should be sustainable, but it has to be responsible. It has to involve the local population. Tourism or any industry that doesn't benefit the local industry is an industry that will not work. It will not survive. And therefore, for us, these new destinations that will be developed in a way in which it is environmentally responsible, but also sustainable and involving the local community, the local residents of those areas. Because ultimately, this is what this industry is all about. And therefore, this relationship today that is being formalized, the relationship existed earlier, but today it's being given a formal shape with the establishment of the SKAL Club here in Kashmir, is one that I believe takes us another step forward in terms of cementing a relationship between the tourism industry and the tourism players here in the valley and beyond. It allows us to promote tourism in parts of the world where otherwise we have been unable to. I'm not going to dwell on the difficult times that we've had. They're no secret to anybody. The year started with a difficulty. Unfortunately, it seems to be ending with a difficulty as well. But as has been pointed out to you, we are nothing if not, what's the word I'm looking for? Resilient. We will bounce back from this. And I think in this, friends like Mrs. Khanna, क्योंकि जब खन्ना साहब यहाँ तकरीर करने के लिए उठे थे और जब उन्होंने कहा कि मैंने अपनी मिसेस से कहा कि मैं कश्मीर जा रहा हूँ, थोड़ी देर के लिए मेरी सांस रुक गई, क्योंकि मैंने सोचा अब खन्ना साहब इसके बाद कहेंगे और मेरी बीवी ने कहा क्या पागल हो वहाँ जा रहे हैं, which is normally the reaction, let's be honest, which is this year has normally been the reaction. But hats off to her. ये नहीं कहा कि आप पागल हो जा रहे हो, ये कहा कि मैं भी जाऊंगी और आप मुझे पहलगाम जरूर घुमाइएगा. These are the people who make what we do more worthwhile. These are the people who give us the confidence कि ठीक है, अभी अंधेरा है, लेकिन ये अंधेरा हमेशा के लिए रहेगा नहीं. Tanveer quoted the Kashmiri saying, which is true. No season is permanent. आप अप्रैल में आए होते तो धूप ही धूप, ट्यूलिप्स, बहार, उसके बाद गर्मियाँ आई, फिर ऑटम आया, अब सर्दियाँ हैं. ये सर्दियाँ भी 2-3 महीने रहेंगी. मार्च अप्रैल में बर्फ ने पिघलना ही पिघलना है, फिर मौसम बदलेगा. हमारा बदकिस्मती से हमारी ये हालत रहती है. अब मैं भी उम्मीद करता हूं कि एक दिन ऐसा आए जब हमें इतनी जल्दी मौसम को बदलते हुए ना देखना पड़े. बाहर का मौसम तो ठीक है, अंदर का मौसम इतनी जल्दी बदलना नहीं चाहिए. बाहर आए और ये बाहर सालों साल तक रहे, ये न सिर्फ मेरी तमन्ना है, न मेरी ख्वाहिश है, बल्कि मेरी कोशिश भी है कि जम्मू कश्मीर का टूरिज्म जो है, हमने बहुत उतार चढ़ाव देखे हैं. अब मैं चाहता हूं कि हम सिर्फ ऊपर जाते हुए देखें, चढ़ाव देखें, उतराव नहीं देखने. हमने, मुझे उम्मीद है कि जो स्काल के साथ कश्मीर टूरिज्म का एक रिश्ता आज फॉर्मलाइज हुआ है, इससे हमें न सिर्फ स्काल को बल्कि यहाँ की टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री को भरपूर फायदा होगा. एक बार फिर मैं मेहरा साहब आपके और आपके साथियों का दिल की गहराइयों से शुक्रिया करता हूं कि आपने अपने प्रोग्राम का वक्त बदल के मुझे मौका दिया कि आप सबके साथ में मिलूं. उम्मीद करता हूं कि ये एक नए रिश्ते की एक शानदार शुरुआत हो और इसी तरह के प्रोग्राम हमें बार बार करने को मिले. आप आए और आपने फिर हमारी हौसला जो है, हौसला अफजाई की. हमें इन चीज़ों से हिम्मत मिलती है. बार बार आइएगा और हमें मेहमान नवाजी का मौका दे दीजिए. इन्हीं अल्फाजों के साथ बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.